Now, back to Tony and Casey's Best of Food and Wine on CL 650.
Cause Uptown Funk gon' give it to you. Saturday night and we in the spot. Don't believe me, just watch. Don't believe me, just watch.
Welcome back to the Best of Food and Wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Casey Wilson.
We're winding down the 38th Vancouver International Wine Festival. And joining us now from California, Evelyn Poole from HAHN Family Winery. Evelyn, welcome to the show.
Thank you very much.
Great
Glad to be here.
Great to catch you before you're off to Europe and places far away.
It is great. Well, it's so wonderful. I love Vancouver, and it's so close to home.
It is. And it's
No jet lag.
There's nothing like the same time zone. That's what I
Exactly.
say.
Yeah.
So true.
And the only time zone is Vancouver and California and Portland. And that's about it.
It's the only time zone really in the world.
It's the only one that matters, but no one else would believe us if we said that.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about HAHN Vineyard before we get to the wines and
Sure.
what's going on, where you are, what your passion is, that sort of thing.
We are HAHN Family Wines. We were started by Nikki and Gabi HAHN. We're a family-owned winery, started in 1980, so we've been 35
Wow.
years. And we are in Monterey on the central coast of California, about 2 hours south of San Francisco.
Right.
We own about 1,100 acres of vineyards, and about 2/3 of those are Pinot Noir. We're primarily in Santa Lucia Highlands, which is, of course, a very cool climate region and very well known for Pinot Noir, but a few other varietals as well.
And like a huge leap of faith in 1980.
Yes.
But today, it's like one of the coolest spots to be in. Like
we're
it's
the
super cool.
Hot of the top of the press right now. Everybody's in love with Santa Lucia, which we're in love with.
Yeah, no,
So that's good.
I love Monterey, and I just think, wow, it was. I don't know, like I don't feel in my whole life I've had that kind of vision. It's always a special thing to pick a spot and say, well, this is, commit to it and do it.
Nikki stood at a certain point in our vineyards, at the top of our vineyards, and looked over the valley and said, this is it. This is where I want to be. Nikki is Swiss-German by birth.
Impressive.
And he came to Monterey. He always loved the Bach Festival, so he'd always come to Carmel. And he went one day out to the to this property that was for sale.
Mm-hmm.
It had just been planted, and so he went, this is it. This is where I need to buy.
So great.
Mm-hmm.
Love it.
I
okay.
love the HAHN label with the rooster on it.
HAHN is German for rooster, and Nikki is Swiss German, as I mentioned. So we have the rooster logo everywhere. It's on Nikki's coat of arms.
Looks very interesting. Even the drawing is very modern.
Right. Actually, in the history of annals of Swiss bankers, it was HAHN was the red rooster, and the Rothschild was the white rooster. So the two families were the banking families of Europe for many years.
And the Chianti Classico people were just drinking wine. They had a black rooster, but it was a different story altogether. You brought two wines. Of course, you're well known for Pinot Noir, and we're going to get to that. But a wine that we sell here in Vancouver is a GSM.
Yes.
Which is kind of unusual in some ways.
It is unusual.
It's kind of an Australian blend, was kind of made famous by them back in the day.
We like to think of it as a classic Côte d'Aron blend.
Yeah.
And so, which is what the Australians thought of as well.
Yeah,
but
sure.
The difference is that we're cool climate. Monterey is one of the coldest growing regions in California, and therefore this GSM, the Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre, is more along the lines of a Côte d'Aron than it is of the Australian or even Spanish GSM, which is a warmer climate.
Yeah, I didn't mean to imply that. I mean, it's totally Rhôny. I like that about it. We only wish the French could use terms like GSM, but, they don't. So it's Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre.
Right.
What's the blend? Is it?
It's about 2/3 Grenache.
Yeah.
And then it's about 30% Syrah. The Grenache is from our vineyards in Arroyo Seco, right next to Santa Lucia Highlands. And then the Syrah is from our vineyards in Santa Lucia Highlands. And then the Mourvèdre, the 4% Mourvèdre, we buy that from another region. because it adds a little spice, and there's
Yeah.
not a lot of.
And it's hard to grow.
Yeah, it's hard to grow. A little bit of spice to the blend, but we felt it was really more
Yeah.
Grenache focused.
You just get it in the back, like it's very juicy and it's sweet. The tannins are soft, and then you get a bit of this spice, which really sort of balances it all off, I think.
And I've always said I have a very technical term for this wine, and
Yeah.
I call it yummy.
Yeah.
Yes.
Very good for
it
you.
is yummy.
I like
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
More wine writers should use the word yummy.
Mhm.
Probably more wine would be sold.
Right.
Yeah. Delicious wine. Thanks so much for bringing it. Now it's available in the market in Vancouver at.
This is listed in Vancouver for $22.
Wow.
It's really it's a great buy.
Considering the U.S. dollar, that's excellent.
Yes, good for you.
Yeah.
But but we also have a partner to this wine. The HAHN Pinot Noir
Right.
is our #1 product in the market, and that is also in the same package in the LDB.
Yep.
And so you'll find that as well for $22.
Or the same. So you can do a package deal.
Yeah.
Kind of a fun dinner. Have Pinot Noir, maybe some salmon, and then move to the GSM and
Oh yes.
I don't know, have a little grilled lamb or.
You know, there's such a range of foods that the GSM will go with. Pinot Noir, I always think, is the most versatile of the wines, but of the varietals. But I think that this GSM, it calls out for something a little big and chewy.
Yeah.
Maybe some pasta, maybe some
Yes, that would be very
lamb,
good.
maybe some eggplant parmesan, something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And is there a culinary program at HAHN?
Yes, we do have a culinary program. We're one of the first wineries in Monterey to do it. Of course, every winery in Napa has a chef on every street corner.
Yeah.
But it's kind of a unique thing for Monterey County.
Yeah. Let's try the Pinot before I know we'll run short on time, so it's kind of fun to do that. Got a couple more glasses there. Casey, you can take that. So this wine I don't know at all. Lucien?
Lucien. Lucien is our
What's it here?
Oh, thank you.
Lucien is our top-of-the-line Pinot Noir. Out of 1,100 acres of vineyards that we own, 2/3 of them are Pinot Noir, so
Wow.
650 acres.
Fantastic nose.
Yes, thank you. So we produce a lot of Pinot Noir, and Lucien is our top of the line. We have 3 tiers: the HAHN Pinot Noir, our SLH Pinot Noir, and then this is certainly our Lucien. It's our single vineyard Pinot Noir program.
Wow, that is delicious.
And it is the top of the top, our best Pinot Noir. We only make about 1,000 6-packs of this wine.
Wow. This
So-
is the 2013 vintage.
2013 vintage.
Yeah.
And Lucien is named for Nicky Hahn's middle name is Lucien. We took the feminine version in honor of Santa Lucia, so it's Lucien.
Nice.
And it also teaches people to say Santa Lucia as opposed to Santa Lucia. We were settled by Spaniards, not by Italians.
Yeah, and
you're
so
right.
many
Right.
people say Lucia, which is amazing. Yeah.
Which is natural, but we are Spanish oriented.
Yeah.
Right?
Beautiful.
Yeah. So Lucien, we have 3 different single vineyard wines. This is Smith. As I mentioned, we also have Lone Oak and Doctor's Vineyard. We do sell some grapes as well, so you'll see our vineyard designations on
Yeah, I
other
have, yeah.
brands.
And this wine, Lucien, would we see it in some private stores in British Columbia?
You
or
might see it. It's right now. It's mostly on spec.
Yeah.
And it's hard to get. I certainly have an allocation for BC close to my heart, not to
Yeah.
mention my home. And so it is something that I would love to see here. But it is just a wine that we're so proud of. We've done
Yeah.
extremely well with the press and with the public.
Yeah, I've
on
seen
this
it in a
wine.
couple of restaurants, so I know it's here, but it's just, well, it's one of those things. It takes time
Right.
to
And
come.
what can we expect to pay for it, Evelyn?
Here in BC, it's going to be about $58,
Yeah.
which quite honestly is a very respectable price
Yeah.
because our
the
price in
US.
the U.S. is 50.
Yeah,
So it's actually with the
which is
exchange
about
rate.
75
Yes.
Canadian, so
Right.
yeah,
So it's
very good.
actually a good deal.
yeah. There's no HAHN on the front label. Do Do you have any angst about that as a marketer or not? Or
Not
is
at
it
all. Not at all. The reason that we separated, there were two reasons really. One is we want to be able to separate the HAHN Pinot Noir so that you can have that as your $22 Pinot Noir, everyday Pinot Noir.
Yep.
And it really allows us to have a separate listing as well on wine lists without people saying there's two HAHN Pinot Noirs.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Great
and
idea.
so there's a little bit of a divide between everyday Pinot Noir and special occasion Pinot Noir. So I like to have that division so that we are clearly, this signifies that we are heads above everything else that we produce at the winery.
And what would you serve with it?
Oh, the thing I love about this wine, it'll go with so many things. It'll go with salmon, it'll go with poultry, of course duck is the classic, but it'll go with pasta, with veggies, it'll do a cheese course. I serve it with, pork is another one of the classics, ham, pork chops. I serve it with light meats. I do veal, I do all I do steak with it, but that's just me. So, but I love this wine because it is so versatile with food.
The wine is delicious, and it's first class.
Thank you.
I really like that. And Santa Lucia Highlands, I think, it's growing in reputation anyways, but I think it's going to become one of the great places, I think, to make Pinot Noir for sure.
We think so.
Yeah. Well, you thought so a long time ago, too, so that was good. Well, if you had fun in Vancouver, the people you met at the booth, how is that going?
Oh, it's fabulous. It's a great show anyway. I've done it a few times, and Vancouver is one of my, I'm not kidding, I travel all over the world. I see many, many cities in the world. I'm blessed in the cities I get to see. But Vancouver has always been one of my favorite spots. It's just so beautiful. And the people are just great.
Yeah.
They're warm, they're opening, and they're Canadians. They're so nice.
We're always apologizing.
Well, we think half of America is going to come up here
I've
after
always
the
said
election.
I've been saying that all weekend.
Yeah.
Turn up the thermostat, and I'm here.
Yes,
right. Well, we don't have any control over that, but it is getting warmer here.
Yeah.
It's not as bad as it used to be, as you could see this week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Well, Evelyn, great to catch up with you today and to taste these two wines. The HAHN GSM Central Coast is in the marketplace and available for roughly
$22.
Yeah. And the Lucien we see sometimes in restaurants, and we're hoping we'll see more of it.
Yes.
In the market.
Right.
Thanks for sharing them with us today.
Thank you, Anthony.
Thank
so
you.
Nice to meet you.
Have fun. I know you're off to Europe soon.
Yes. We have the big show of the year in Dusseldorf in a couple of weeks.
It's such a great show.
Provine, it is.
Yeah.
And we have the California Wine Tour in probably 5 cities before Provine.
Which is nice.
So it's doing this show. It's a lot of hours here, but I do a lot of hours on the road, but I am changing cities every day.
Yeah.
So it's
cities, same currency now, but still it's a big move when you go across Europe.
Yeah, it is.
Thanks so much.
Thank you very much.
Evelyn Poole from HAHN Family Wines, and we've had 2 delicious wines here today. The HAHN GSM Central Coast, that's Grenache Syrah Mourvèdre, and we had the Lucien Pinot Noir, the 2013 from Smith Vineyard from Santa Lucia Highlands. Arthur, it's almost time to close the I'm going to send Evelyn over. She should sign up. She's still got a couple of minutes.
But then she'll have to pay for a flight to BC for the trip.
It'll be nothing.
I don't know if it'll be worth it.
Well, the couple's massage.
Well, maybe it would be worth it.
Yeah. We'll take a quick break and come back and wrap up from a marathon number of interviews here at the Vancouver International Wine Festival. You're listening to Sea Isle 650, the best of food and wine. I'm Tony Gismondi.
I'm Casey Wilson.
We'll be right back.
This is the Best of Food and Wine show, broadcasting live from the Vancouver International Wine Festival, where you can enter to win a deluxe 2-night stay at Painted Boat Resort Spa and Marina on the Sunshine Coast. Visit paintedboat.com.